Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have Armageddon YGO with 1,134 rating versus I Love You Elia with 1,291 rating. So it's going to be another high rated DB video, and with that being said, let's hop right in. We're going to go ahead and see Elia win the rock, paper, scissors, shoe, and they're going to go ahead and decide to go first. 40 versus 47. Opening hands, we have Emergence, Blackout, Vishuda, Vessel, Ecclesia. They have Imperm, Wind, Imperm, Temple, Foolish. Oh, their hand's crazy. Going first and opening that is nice. Also, no, they didn't draw any of the 5 bricks. Well, it's like 2 pseudo bricks, like the prank kid spells, but since they'd be able to play here, they wouldn't be bricks. Also, I don't know why. Why I said the I love you. Just I don't know. The I L Y, like the I love you. That's just what I saw, and I was like, oh, cool. So they're gonna start this off with activate Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial, go dump Temple, and then Temple effect, banish, grab right. That's like very easy what to do here. And we're going to see Armageddon not opening up a single hand trap. Oh my gosh, they're using the right token. This is the best token on DB. I swear. It's just Happy Corn. It's my custom token. That's the token I always use. Well, it's not the token I always use, but if I specifically wanted to use one token, it would be the Happy Corn. And then effects. Grab Draco back, and then they're going to dump Pranks, summon out Roxy's. Yeah, starting with Wind is a bit weird. Also, dumping Pranks is a bit weird. It's like, you're technically playing less into Imperm and Valor, but you're playing more into like a Bell or a dotKuro. But it's just like, it's awkward. It's definitely awkward, especially because of how much the format's changing right now, and like the hand traps and everything. You know, we saw Ogre Nib almost mandatory. Or Nib was 100% mandatory last format, or I say last format, I mean 2 weeks ago, pre-Despia, and now the format is just different because the hand traps like Bell and dotKuro are being mained. So they're going to get the effects, grab Fusion Spell, but either way, it's just going to be like the same ending here because, you know, the opponent doesn't have any hand traps, so nothing's going to stop them. They're going to doodle, add back Pranks, add back Wind, activate Pranks, discard Wind, summon out Happy Corn number 2, turn those into Doodle, Water Effect, Gang 1,000, summon Fire. Also, I guess a little bit weird that they decided to go for Roxy's that early. You could get a couple more prank kids out of your deck before you go ahead and draw if you want. And then they're going to set 2. Not able to set the other Imperm because of the Draco back, re-equipped. Sometimes you actually have to like Draco back, not re-equip, so that way you can set everything. And then end phase, Pranks. And then draw into the third Imperm. Crazy. They can't even cross out an Imperm. I mean, I doubt they have cross out in their 40 card deck. In their main deck at least. They draw Ogre. Let's see, do they try playing through this? Let's see. Oh, they do. Oh, you guys know how much I love watching SwordSoul, or Dragon Link, or even the new Despia deck. I love watching all those decks trying to break boards because there's just so many lines. It's crazy, especially when you're trying to watch it a little bit faster like this commentated. They're going to Griffin, Chain Ogre, you know, shut that down, dump Ashina, grab Otara. Let's see. Will this player reach Walter Jules standards? That's all I'm looking for here. They're going to Vishuda, target, back row. They're going to chain the fusion spell and then chain Bow Wow. So tribute off, grab back. You know, they can't chain Bow Wow and then fusion spell because they want to have 2 prank kids to legally activate this, but they can activate this because they'd have Bow Wow on this, and they chain Bow Wow, so now they can add back, and then boom, Battle Butter. So, you tell me this is a coincidence. Look, Happy Corn, Corn, Battle Butter, Butter, Corn, Butter, Corn gets buttered. I think. I actually don't know. I don't eat corn on the cob. Corn, like, I don't say I don't eat it. I haven't ate it in like. I used to not eat it. I'd probably eat it now just because I don't care. I used to not like corn, and then I went to Chipotle, and they were like, "What do you want?" And I just like getting a bunch of food Like, if I'm at, like, Chipotle or Subway, you know, I'm trying to fill what I'm getting up with, like, the free stuff, because I'm paying for it either way, whether it's there or not. I'm just like that. I'm cheap. So when I go somewhere expensive like Subway or Chipotle, I gotta, like, ball out. And then they're gonna get their 3 graveyard effects. Like, I don't even like lettuce that much, but I get a lot of lettuce on my sub. Gang 1,000, burn for 500, summon out a whole bunch of bodies. Now let's find out. Oh, they're thinking a lot here. We went from think to big think to huge think. Special summon out Arturo. They said anything there? Nope. Now get rid of those 2. Go for needle fiber effect. So they are playing, you know, the 001 build. Summon the Auradon effect. They let that go. Okay. So they're just gonna bell the graveyard effect. What token is this? Wait. This is a plant card too, I think. Right? This is definitely a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I'm fairly certain that's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. 001 summon itself out. I feel like I've seen that before. Now they're gonna battle Baller. Okay, so they're not gonna bell. But it's like now bell is just not good against their deck at like any other point. But I guess it's like if you bell, you may as well just imperm, because this is just gonna trade with him. You should just imperm. Like, you just imperm that and you're just okay, right? You just hold Battle Butler, pop, you just imperm, you're fine. Yeah, that was just weird. Activate Emergence. I don't know. Maybe Walter Jewel let that one slide, but let's not have another play like that. Special summon out Long Young, but I guess that's on the opponent's part. Then they're gonna summon out Long Young in the token, Adara, banish to add back Vishuda, and then turn those into Fleur. Long Young burn for 12, so now they're only at 88. Special Ecclesia, Fleur effect, pop the back row. Chain Imperm, target Fleur. I guess it's like, I mean, like, what if that was just Droplet? What if she just Fleur pop it? That's Special Ecclesia. Like, what if that was just Droplet and they just like negate Ecclesia and you're like, oh, didn't think about that one. I guess they probably didn't think it was that after, like, they didn't negate the Auradon, but they probably didn't think it was Imperm either. I don't know. Why would they find it? They didn't think it was Imperm then. Blackout summon token. And then get rid of those. Go for Baxia. I mean, hey, they're steady cooking here. They're getting a lot gone. Dump Ashina, and now they're gonna activate the Ashina effect. Banish to go summon Shatana. Get rid of those. Go for Grandmaster. Grandmaster effect. And then that's gonna go search Moyi. Normal summon Moyi effect. Reveal. And, like, look at that. We just gamed through that. I mean, our opponent didn't know how to hand trap. They also could have set another Imperm, so I had the Draco back re-equipped, so they're not really used to the deck like that. Baxia effect, target Moyi and Taya, chain Bell. Yup. Maybe they don't play 2 Baxia. That could happen. We've seen a lot of people cut the second Baxia. Go for Draco Berserker, Moyi draw. I mean, that's fine, because, like, Baxia was just shuffling 1 anyways, and this is beating over 2. So Baxia was going to shuffle. Baxia was adding 2, this is adding 2. And there's also an interruption. It's not a summon back, though, but it's fine. It's just not game, though, because they're at 88. This is a very, very solid amount of damage, though. Putting the opponent all the way down to 700. And then they are going to pass. Draw water. So now they're going to activate the Fateful Adventure effect. Grab Temple. And then discard Temple. Temple effect. Banish. Grab right. So this is actually leading up to be a pretty good game. I thought that was just going to be game over. I'm not going to lie. I thought the prank player was just going to win. Like, straight up. They're going to get water effect. They're thinking really hard on this, but what are you going to do? I know you can't see it. They've actually thrown up the think button 10 times. They're going to Fleur. Like, oh yeah, they didn't use this yet. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I forgot. They just used it to pop imperm, the chain imperm on it. Okay, I'm way off. I was, what is it going to do to this? Obviously, it can just negate it, or else they're going to get 30 free bodies. And they admit defeat. Said GG after game 1. Wow. Going on to the next game, we're going to see Pranks get to go first again. Opening hands, we have Adara, Nib, Vashuda, Twin Emergence. They have Ogre, Judgment, Veiler, Fire, and Water. So, like, seeing Nib and Ogre post game 1 is like a little bit more okay. Seeing it game 1, though, would be really bad. And they're going to get the Graveyard effect. Gang 1,000. Go special summon out Wind. Like, this Roxy's. Okay. Go for Doodle. So I guess they're going to Rock, Banish, draw Griffin, and now summon Wind. Grab Pranks. And then link those off. Go for Doodle. Anaconda. What are you doing? Like, oh my gosh. There's like no way. I mean, okay. Fair enough. Go for Anaconda. And then they're going to activate Nib. So summon, pass over token. Then activate Pranks. It's just so, like, it was just played so weird. Like, you would end with the Anaconda there, but the way you got there was just not right. Pass, draw Shadana. So they have a lot of Tenyis, but they also have Nib on board. They're going to pop both. They're not going to chain Judgment, pay 45 to keep Pranks alive. And then Emergence. Grab Long Young. And then summon out Long Young, Wedges Curve, Vashuda, summon token, turn those into Fluor. No point of bouncing this. That's 500, and they can also just Fluor pop it. Then normal summon out Adara, turn that and Nib into Needle Fiber, chain 1, Ogre, chain 2. And they're thinking if they want to chain Fluor, and they are going to chain Fluor, and then chain Veiler on the Fluor, so Hauk's going to go ahead and go bye-bye, and then Hauk's going to summon out Adara, turn that into a Monk. So they could have, instead of Veiling Fluor, could have Veilered Hauk. So that way Hauk would still be negated. But then they Veilered Fluor, which is weird, because now they just get a free body out of it. So now they're going to bounce, Adara, grab Vashuda, battle phase, attack for almost half their life points. So they could draw a Prank Kid. Prank Kid would be pretty good. Draws a Prank Kid, they're crazy. Fluor effect to tag out on Long Young. Now that just doesn't make sense to me. Wouldn't you want to keep Fluor there? Why would you trade it out for a Long Young? Not sure. But they're going to activate Griffin effect, special summon itself out. Normal summon out Wind, turn that into a Meow, and then Wind Graveyard effect. It's like Monk, but it does something. Dump, summon out Fire. I guess they both, like, without Meow, Prank Kids would just be unplayable because you have to play like Poly and stuff. Without Monk, Tenyis would be like borderline unplayable. So they're going to get the effects. They're going to burn, go search fusion spell, doodle effect, tribute, add back Pranks, add back Wind, and then activate Pranks, effect, discard Wind, summon token. Now go for Bow Wow, gang 1,000 and summon out Roxy's. Now it seems like, yeah, they're thinking here. Turn those into Unicorn. Effect, spin back Monks. That way Shadana can't trigger, and then go for Anaconda. Oh, okay. Alright. Then Anaconda effect, pay 2,000, dump, summon Enforcer. They could have just probably done that differently. Like, I really wish there was an undo, like, rewind button on DV. But Probably could have turned like. Guess it's kind of a weird spot. Shatana's weird. But summon out Enforcer in defense mode specifically, not attack to beat over the Long Young. Wants to leave the Long Young there to hurt the Tenyi plays, I'm guessing. Because the Tenyi plays are really the only thing that lets him push through Enforcer Imperm. Draws Imperm, pass, draw Bell. And now go main phase. Switch Long Young to attack, battle phase, beat over Anaconda, main phase 2, end phase, Enforcer effect, pop, Enforcer Graveyard effect, Chain Bell, pass turn, draws a Prank Kid, again, Dasher to summon out Prank Kid. And like, yeah, we kind of know where that's going. They're just so far ahead at this point. I'm just going to like, I don't want to press fast forward, because what if they just mess up? Celestial draw, draws Token Collector, and right, yo. Token Collectors. Pretty good versus the SwordSoul deck, I heard. It is like it's still at 3. Lol. No, it's so much different. It's so much different because, like, if you get ashed, your deck actually is just DP hand traps. Which is, like, what your deck is. But, like, now all the Prank Kid cards are just all bricks. All of them. Except for if you draw pranks. And then even then, it's like not even that crazy because you'd have had to go through other pranks also. End phase, pranks, shuffle back and draw, and then draws into Ogre. Okay. There. No, I was gonna say there might have been a wafer game, but. Not with everything that they've gone through. Draw Desires. Okay. We like seeing Desires off the top. It's like, oh, I need to top deck 2 cards. Okay, just draw Desires. Draw Blackout, Ashina. They do banish an Adara, which could come up because it's their 3rd one. So they don't have one in deck now. Bell then Desires was huge. I know, right? Good top decks, not gonna lie. Whoever wins, it's been a great match. Yeah, 100%. Okay. Let's see if Walter Jewell agrees with that. if there's a SwordSoul player in it, I must let Walter decide if his was worthy or not. But shoot it a bounce Imperm, and then Adara, banish to add back. So add back Adara. And now they're gonna Ashina to special. So summon that out. Normal summon out the Adara. Now get rid of those. And then that's going to go in the Grandmaster. So Grandmaster Chainlink 1. Imperm Chainlink 2. Yeah, it's like this card doesn't actually pose much of a threat. It's just an Imperm. Draw Fusion Destiny, which isn't going to do anything. They already went through Enforcer. Activate right. Special summon out the token. And then bring out Fateful. Now. It's just. They played it so weird, right? Like, this could have just been done last turn. And it's just like. Now they're going to Shatana summon, pop token, normal summon out water, get rid of it, go for Meow Meow Mew, gang 1,000, summon out wind. Is that? No, that's not the 3rd wind. Okay, yeah, they shuffled back. It's just making sure. I was like, no way they're playing 3 wind. It's like very awkward to start on wind. And then go for Doodle, no effect to Doodle. Grandmaster to negate. They're going to chain Ogre. They negate a 7, they can tribute add back. Beat over Mung. Okay. We've got them to a point to where they have like nothing. Draws Gamma. Pass, draw Token Collector. Oh, the Gamma could be huge if they tribute this off. And then they're just going to go Battle Phase, Attack, Main Phase 2, Effect. Oh, wait. They banished Driver off Desires. Yeah, that was a horrible draw. Grab back Pranks, grab back Wind. Now they're going to set and then activate end phase to go ahead, shuffle back and draw. So put back some pranks. Doesn't put back meow though. So like this isn't going to do anything anyways. Draw nib. Pass, draw right, flip, go for Link Kuriboh, normal summon token collector, turn those into dark. They don't have a dark in their graveyard, but we drew right for turn. Yeah, so now we just win, but it could have just been done differently anyhow, right? Like, you shuffle back, meow, doodle, fire. Next turn, you wind into meow. I guess you have to have a prank kid card to dump. They might not have a prank kid card to dump at that point. They might only have fire to dump. But then that makes you think, why have they been putting back wind all this time? And why not put back anything else? Because wind becomes really, really awkward when you've gone through like all of your spells. Like I said, I feel like those are just things that you kind of like, you start picking up on and get better at once you play the deck longer. I don't know how long they've been playing the deck or anything, but it doesn't seem like it's been like that long. And then we're going to see SwordSoul go first, game 3, opening hands. You got Bell, Ashina, Ogre, Long Young, Ecclesia. They have right, Fire, Roxy's, right, and Celestial. So really only has 2 cards in hand because these other 3 cards aren't doing anything. Summon Long Young by discarding Ashina. Turn that into Fluor, and then Long Young, burn for 12. Summon Ecclesia effect, tribute, go for Taya. Taya effect, banish Long Young, bring out token. And then Ashina, banish for Adara. Turn those 2 into a Grandmaster. Okay, well, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's fair. Yep, you definitely go for that there. And then effects. As long as they play 2 Baxt, I think you go for that there. If you play 1 Baxt, it might not be worth it. Go for Monk. Adara, banish to grab back Ashina. This play is pretty much just draw 1. Baxia, pop Monk, summon Moyi, and then Moyi effect, reveal Ashina, summon token. Could have also summoned Baxia in defensive mode. And then effects here. So draw, do we get an Ash? Ho, 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 whoa, 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 whoa. Set. Oh, they're just so clean. Hey, oh, we got an Ash on their side too. But activate right, that goes through. So special summon out token, bring out Fateful effect, chain Ogre on that. You opened Insane, GG. They actually didn't open that insane, right? Like, to be honest, they didn't need to even set up Fluor to beat you, right? Like, I guess that makes the hand more insane. Like, they just drew bad. They drew 2 playable cards into an actual board. That's just how it is. 2 playable cards, no hand traps. You're losing those games like 8 out of 10 times. Seeing how long the match was, I'm guessing 56 minutes. I really wanted to be right. If I got the Ash and the time right. But we're going to see that was about 47 minutes long. Even though there was a lot of questionable plays, which you have in most Yu-Gi-Oh matches, I think that was a good match for the channel, for you guys to learn off of this. Especially if you're like a newer prank kid. Like, the whole Draco back not re-equip thing, bro, people never heard of that. Never heard of that. It's like, what is it? Like, using, like, like, you're attacking for game, and then, like, you have a Veiler on board, and you tribute it for Link Kuriboh, even though you didn't need it, just to say the words, I did it, so that way they know I know how to do it, right? It's kind of like that. Actually, I don't know how it's like that at all. I love doing that stuff. Like, oh, I did it so that way they know how to do it. I know the secret technique of it. Don't worry. I'm up to date. I'm not expired. But with all that being said, the DB Grinders signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.